As many of you know, he was affiliated with the Church of Scientology, and so we are going to do a Scientology service today. Because of that, I want to clear up a few words because you may not know them, or they may be different than what you're used to hearing. The first word is Mass. Now, we think of Mass most generally as a service, but in this instance, we're talking about the physical universe. We're talking about mountains and cars and houses and bodies. Does that make sense? Okay, good. The next word is pence. Pence meaning pennies or money. The next word is recompense. Make amends for loss or harm suffered, or compensation for something that's been lost or suffered. Provender. Provender is food. It originated from cattle feed. So when we talk of provender, we're talking about food. And fidel, which is the historical meaning, is a mounted sentry positioned beyond the army's outpost to observe the movements of the enemy. And if I seem a little nervous, I'm a little, but I also have tremors, so please just regard those. Okay. Our loss is gain in other times. Our hopes on future bent must then depend on incidents like these, for bodies wear and in the fine grist mill of time are spent in service such as yours. And go our time, by smallest time, into yesterday, wherein began the conquest of eternity. What did we know when yesterday we wept? What grip upon us had our ignorance, that we in our conceit did feel that all of us were mortal here, and lives once led were spent and wasted on our selfish selves. How narrow is such scope to feel that we should be eternally the goal of all the foil and wretchedness from birth to death, and like a play, the curtain dropped and left an empty stage. How dull of us to feel that we were all the target of this strife, and that we lived but once. And living then did reconcile the whole in one brief life. Oh no, a wider drama here was planned and staged, and with narrowness of mind did overlook the plan. We said that all is mortal flesh, the spirit just a thing, to send for pence to some strange heaven, that to wasted skill, or had we not the place to some deep other place, to pain and waste again the life? To what dark depths were dropped our minds, to feel that flesh is capable of love or trust or livingness, to feel that fingernails and masks are all we need to dream. To what deep place did one love go that mask could not recompense? Anxieties that ruled our years were nurtured here, and we made blind and much by other greed spanned down our lives to one, what waste? To feel that all our love, our words, our work, our gifts, our knowledge, and our sighs were meant to be consumed all in one breath and flash and by one name. Today, come wiser now, the chains gone weak, and tyranny of cult gone tired with the years. We look, we find, we live, not once, but on and on, from body's birth to body's grave, and then to birth again, and yes, to grave again. So, to dispose possessions oft come undone with happiness. From century to century, from age to age, and on, we go and march along the path that leads forever up the countless tick of time. We crawl, we walk, we fly, we win. From here and evermore, the heritage of all our lives, and spend it once again. Why, this is no sad and bleakish look, no soured thing, this life. This is an adventure, pure, where without knife or provender, we leap aloft into eternity and span forever in a breath. This is adventure where we step from tie to body tie and go our way. Our suffering is self-centered here, for we have lost in truth the smile, the touch, the skill and happiness we gained from David, who gave to us from his past, who gave to us from his past ability to live and fare again the tides and storms of fate. It's true, we've lost him. We've lost his shoulder up against the wheel, and lost as well his counsel and his strength, but lost them only for a while. He goes, not with the dismal roll drum, but with a whisper like a fairy sigh to smooth the way, for when we come, he'll be in some good future time and future place. His smile, his touch, his skill invested there to make a way for life. True, we may not know him then, and only know his work, but still, if we sent not ahead our vetted into time, we would not have a race. And so, branched off from this genetic line and into some new corner or new world, we've sent you, Dave. And there'll be, we know it now, a smile, a touch, a happiness for us, and for you, Dave, you could not find on earth. And so it turns, the day, the year, the age. And so we go with banners furled and quietly upon our way. But now we know, and now we'll find the way. Into the dark has come the light. Into tomorrow enters night. Into heaven go no more. Into life our spirits soar. Conquering ever wisdom's stone, we do not tremble faced with death. We know that living is not breath. Prevail. Go, Dave, and take the life that offers now, and live in good expectancy that we will do our part. Go, Dave. You can control that which you must. Our loss is gain in wisdom and in skill to future dates and other smiles. And so we send into the chains of all enduring time our heritage, our hope, our friend. Our husband, our father. Goodbye, Dave. Your people thank you for having lived. Earth is better for your having lived. Men, women, and children are all alive today because you lived. We thank you for coming to us. We do not know, we do not contest your right to go away. Your debts are paid. This chapter of thy life is shut. Go now, dear Dave, and live once more in happier time and place. Thank you. To all of you. All now here, lift up your eyes and say to him, goodbye. And say it loud, goodbye. Let's wish him well. Let's send him on his way. Good, thank you. Goodbye, our dear, goodbye. We'll miss you, you know. Let the body now draw away, to be consumed in ashes and dust, in earthly and in cleanly fire, to be no more, no more. And that is done. Come, friends. He is all right, and he is gone. We have our work to do, and he has his. He will be welcome there to man. So now I would like to, at the request of Joy, ask anyone who would like to come up and say a few words about Dave or what it meant to them to come up and share. Is there anyone who would like to do that? Good.
I almost feel obligated to come up here. I've known Dave for 20 years plus, as a neighbor and as a friend, but also a cohort in our adventures of our street. And I say that because y'all don't know that about 8 years ago, we had a block party, and where I got nominated as the street man. And Dave and Joy were my secretary of the street. They helped me organize events for not only us to just have a good time, but for us as neighbors to come together as a community family. And Dave was a big integral part of that. And he never asked for help or guidance in any of the tasks that I asked him to do. He was willing, and he was one that exceeded in what he wanted to do for our community. He's been a good friend, and he'll be missed. I know that we all say goodbye, but I don't say goodbye. I just say I'll see you sometime. Where somewhere in this universe, we will meet again. We'll have a bourbon or a drink of some kind, and I'm sure he will laugh and smile and tell us stories of things that he has seen amongst us as we still live. And I'm sure that Dave would want us to live, and not only to live with each other as a family of the Copper Creek community. So Dave, I shall see you once again at some point in time. You're welcome.
Anyone else?
Okay, well, that is the end of the service, and we have a reception.